I had a little bit of an issue. Just working on that last job and started smelling antifreeze, and got out of the machine and opened up the back, and I got it's like a bearing on the water pump is starting to go. Happens once the bearings get wiped out, the shaft moves a little bit and then takes out the seal, and then the coolant will leak right out the weep hole at the bottom of the water pump, and it's doing that. So we're gonna get back home here. It's already 4:30, so that's pretty much done for the day anyway. So we're gonna go home, get it off the trailer, get over to the garage, and start peeling it apart and see what parts we need. See if Bobcat has any, and go from there. So once I get back to the house, get the thing unloaded, I'll get back to you. Here's what we got going on, coming right out of the bottom of that water pump. That's the weep hole. So we're gonna take some parts off here and get to the water pump and pull that off. So we'll see. Just working on getting the alternator out of the way now. I got the top bolt off. Bottom bolt is right here. Get a wrench or a socket on the other side, and I don't know if it's 1/2 inch now. No, so it's 13 millimeter or 14 millimeter. I'm using the go between. Hang on, 13 and 14. I think 1/2 inch is bigger than 13, isn't it? Oh, guess not. Get on there. There you go. Alright. I want to get this guard off, so I might as well just take the alternator bottom bolt off. Should I put the top one back in? Yeah, maybe. Hold the alternator in place. To hold that in place. I don't think I want to take the alternator all the way out. I don't think it's necessary. Water pump's right there. Once this guard's out of the way, I think I can get to it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let me put you down here for a minute. I had a slit in it, so once you loosened it, slid right out of the way. Alright. Belt's out of the way. I gotta pull off this. I think I gotta pull off I gotta pull off the pulley. So I get a socket on these bolts, and there should just be these bolts around the outside here. That should be them. So let me get those off. Those look like to be about 10. I'll be right back. Hold the belt real quick to loosen these because this thing just wants to spin. And I didn't want to grab a hold of this with anything that could wreck it. So I just put the belt back on, tighten up the alternator real quick. And that was definitely enough pressure to be able to loosen these up. So I was gonna say you probably could get the pump off without removing this, but you know, why bother? Just make life easier. Alright, so those look like 13 mil. Let me get them off. Pull this pump out, take a look at it. There's just 6 bolts holding this thing on. And I got them all loose. Man, that doesn't feel bad. I don't know what's going on with this pump. I know when the seals go out, it's usually because the bearing goes out. When the bearing fails, man, it's going out of the weep hole, because right there, right up here is the weep hole, and you can see this line. That's where fluid's coming out. So it's definitely a water pump. I'm afraid the Bobcat dealer doesn't have one in stock. And ouch, ooh, that's warm. Ouch. Well, it seemed to be the same size. this is hot. Is this one longer? Well, seems nice so far. One more. Where are you? Down here. Okay. Alright. That's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So this thing should pop off. Oh, there it goes. All the antifreeze. Knew that was going to happen though. Keep the dogs away from that. That was incredibly easy. Alright, where's all that water going? In the belly pan. Not coming out. Okay. Alright, this thing now, let's get out of here. I gotta turn the hose on, hose this away so my dogs don't drink it. This is actually cooking grade alcohol. Run! Run! Get out of there. This is cooking kitchen grade ethyl glycol. So it's not supposed to harm anything. Alright. Rudder, come on, get out. Come on. Get. Inquisitive little dog. Get moving. Come on, get moving. Yeah, you can have the stick. Alright. So, there is the beep hole. Alright, let's see what this thing feels like. Oh yeah, it's crunchy. Yep, definitely crunchy. So bearing went out, that's all. So I'm going to call the dealership and see if they have one of these in stock. They probably should have this in stock. I'm not positive, but I'll call them and find out. Right back. 7 a.m. tomorrow is when they're open. Gasket still looks good, but the new pump comes with a gasket. So we will get a new water pump gasket and reinstall this thing tomorrow morning. Catch you then. Here we are the next day and $400 later. $300? $326 later. You can get these all day long on Amazon and eBay for $100, $103, but it was a 1 to 2 month waiting period for them. I don't understand, but so I got this from the dealer. They got it overnighted for me, and we're gonna get this thing hooked up. So I'm gonna go in here and clean out the mating surface for the gasket. Can't see that, but once I get a light in there, we'll see what's going on in there. Clean that up, and then put the gasket on and put this back together. So we're back. Got the mating surface all cleaned up real good. I think the head is in your way. You can't get a better shot of it, but let's see. Coming up here, I did is I put the 2 top bolts in the gap to hold the gasket. Now we're going to kind of feed this in here. This. Don't fall off. Oh, there you go. Stay up. Alright. Over a hole. There you are, right there. And why is my phone ringing? Alright. So started right back. So it's a metal gasket. It's kind of like a head gasket. It's not felt. So we're gonna need to get these bolts in nice and square, equal pressure all the way around as we tighten them. Clean them off a little bit. There's a little crap on them. 3, 4, 5. And I'm missing one. Of course I'm missing one. It's not missing, it's just not where I put it. Come in. Where is it? Right there. Come on. Alright. Get in there. Drop this one bolt. And I probably kicked it under the machine. Oh, there it is. Found it. Under my chair. I'm going to look up torque specs on these bolts. Because it is a, like I said, a metal washer with a ridge in it, and I'm believing that the ridge needs to be compressed, but not overly compressed. This thing right here, it's super smooth right now, but on the new one, it's definitely raised, so that is to be crushed. So let me look that up and figure it out. Right back. It's between 29 and 34 foot-pounds of torque. One of them said get them till they're tight, and they go another 1/8 of a turn. So I don't know what that means, but they all say the same thing: is just make sure they snug up equally. So we are going to do that. I can't get my torque wrench in here. It's a 1/2 inch, and it's bigger, way bulkier than this one. Well, I can go until I can feel them snugging up, where it kind of bottoms out, and then I'm going to go crisscross pattern and do them a little tighter. All right, so this one I will tighten up. That. That one and this one again. Alright, I'm just going to go around and make sure they're all tight. They all feel equal. And this one. Okay, I like that. Alright, now we gotta put this back on. Uh-oh. Dogs are whining to come out. Be right back. Where are you? There. Okay. Oh. Couldn't even see it. Right in. Can you guys see it? No. I think the freaking fuel pumps or the oil pump's in the way. Yep. Hope you could see some of what I was doing over there. The fuel pump is in the way though. Okay. It's a pretty straightforward installation. You just gotta, these 4 bolts that I'm taking out right now, I'd loosen them before you loosen your alternator, because I had to tighten my alternator back up because there's nowhere to grab this pulley and loosen the nuts or the bolts on here without marking it up. You know, the back of the air conditioner belt rides on here, and then of course the alternator belt rides in a groove. I don't want to grab out channel locks and risk, you know, scratching it up or whatever. So when you put the belt on and you got this tight, you can tighten that up. So we're gonna tighten as much as we can just by hand here, and then I will go back when I get this back together. And snug them down. These will just come loose again. So, all right, now that's on. Gotta put the belt on. Belt's on there. Tighten the belt. Belt's tight there. And I need a wrench over here. Yeah. What was this? 1/2 inch. That was 13. But it doesn't matter because it's not turning. Okay. Alright, so that's tight. Alright, now we'll go back to these bolts here. Tighten them up. Yeah, sorry you guys. Being blocked by everything. So get a little more pressure on it. Push on the belt. And you get real good and tight on it. Okay. Take pressure off the belt. I can turn the pulley to get to the next bolt that I want to tighten. There it goes. Okay. So that's tight. Now, oops, I goofed. Yep, I goofed. These both need to be loosened back up again. Yep, They both got to get loose again. Dum-dum. Okay, right back. Down was this cover, guard, whatever it is. You got to put this on. The bolts have to be loose. Actually, this one's got to come right out. I know you can't see, but I just got to pull the top bolt out real quick. Put that back in. Come on. What's going on here? Hang on, be right back. I think this is... I got the camera on its side, so... I think this is going to go into portrait mode. So what do we got to do here? We got a wrench. I don't remember. Alright, so tighten this up. Pretty snug. Right? We'll give it another good tightening here. Tom, I can't talk to you yet, dude. Alright, so that's tight. Now all we gotta do is add fuel, or add water, antifreeze. And I think I have enough. I didn't buy any more when I was there. Maybe I should have, but I think I have 3 or 4 gallons left. I think that's enough. So I think that's going to do. Got the belt tight, water pumps tight, pulleys tight, belts on, alternators tight. Just going on and putting these on. Lost my 14 millimeter socket's behind me. I don't feel like getting it, so. That's it. I'll get antifreeze, fill this up, and we'll see if it leaks. That's a good sign. So far, no leaks. It would leak without it running. Once it got up to the water pump there, it would leak right past the seal and drip out the bottom, and it's not right now. So let me a little bit more in there, and how are we? Well, we're full cold, but we're not full yet. So let me get a little more in there and fire it up. Now we're full. Still no leaks. Let's go fire it up. See what happens. just gotta wait for the thermostat to open up, and I think that should be good. You know, because I gotta get the level right. It's still saying full cold, but it's not. What am I trying to say? I think it's got to cycle through the engine once, so that both sides of the thermostat are full. So I'm just gonna wait for this to warm up, and we'll check it again. But so far, we're looking good. And it wasn't a pressure thing. It wasn't like the machine being under pressure is what made it leak. It would just leak past that seal. So when I had the when I had the machine off and no pressure in it whatsoever, it would leak right past that seal. Because if the water pump is full and the seal's bad, it drips right out. Granted, when you fire it up, it would go on the back of that pulley and just spin around and splash the whole inside of the machine. But it would leak no matter what. So it's not leaking now, so I think we're good. And the one on the left is water temperature. So the thermostat should open at, I think, 140 on this one. Pretty sure. What are you doing, goofball? You found a stick? Okay. Want to make sure the temperature doesn't go crazy, meaning we got air in the line, but I don't think we do. What's it supposed to go up to? That's oh, that's water temperature there, right? Yeah, still low. A little fuel here, a little throttle. Temperature gauge, because I remember when I blew that line and I leaked a whole bunch of antifreeze, that one started rising on me like crazy. So it must be 160 is the thermostat, because that's going to be up here somewhere, and that's kind of where it likes to live after that was would be on the quarter on that gauge is kind of where it likes to stay. Right, Retsy? Well, we fixed the leak. It doesn't leak anymore, so that's good. I just want to make sure we don't have any air in the line or air in the system. I think we're good though. The temperature's not rising like crazy. It's just going up normal. I think if we had air in the line or an air pocket in there, that the temperature would spike pretty quickly. 3/4 inch, where'd that come from? Yes. Oh, I know what that's for. Yeah, well, it doesn't fit. 161. Imagine that's where it's going to want to live, right? Where are we here? Yeah, it kind of stays there, I think. 66. Keep an eye on this for a minute. I'll get back to you in a couple minutes after it's warmed up. Once we get it idling up, it'll go up to 187. And then once you bring it back down, the temperature just drops right back down to 180 something, 182, 183. Oh, thermostat must open because it's dropping like crazy. Hang on. I like that gauge there because that's usually where that stays. This was up to 187 and then it dropped right back down to 183, 182. So alright, so it's gonna go up here at 187. Don't eat that. Don't eat that, Rod. Ready? Don't eat that. No, don't eat it. Alright, so yeah. 186, 187 is where it wants to live. Just a tick over that, which is good. Bring the eye down. Temperature should drop now. I guess it's just going to live there between 183 and 187. It's kind of where it wants to live, so I'm okay with that. Let's see where our fluid level's at. I'm going to call that fixed. I'm gonna call that fixed. We got enough antifreeze in it. Got 181 now. Yep. I think we are good to go. Perfect timing too, because somebody just called me for a grading seed. So I'm gonna wrap this up and put my tools away. Well, the tools I have out here I'll put away because, yeah, Christ, that's another story.